There's something ancient in the soil of the United Kingdom, something that lingers between the stones of its crumbling castles, echoing down the corridors of its centuries-old manors. The UK is a land soaked in history, and for some, that history refuses to rest. From cursed towers to ghost-infested pubs, chilling hospitals to haunted battlefields, the spirits of the past are very much alive here. But what if I told you, these aren't just legends whispered by candlelight. These are places you can actually visit right now. Step inside, if you dare. Today, we count down the top 10 most haunted places in the UK that you can actually set foot in if you're brave enough. Some might leave you with chills, others might leave you never the same again. Number 10. Ancient Ram Inn, Gloucestershire. Tucked away in the quiet village of Watton-under-Edge lies what many call the most haunted house in England, the Ancient Ram Inn. Built in 1145, this ancient structure looks unassuming from the outside, but step through its creaking wooden door, and you step into a place that has terrified even the most seasoned ghost hunters. It's not just its age that makes the Ancient Ram Inn terrifying, it's what lies beneath. Archaeological digs have revealed that this building may have been constructed on an ancient pagan burial ground. Some even claim ritual sacrifices once occurred here. The former owner, John Humphreys, spent decades documenting his terrifying experiences. He claimed to have been violently pulled from his bed by an invisible force on his first night in the house. Over the years, guests have reported ghostly children's laughter, chilling screams, and shadow figures darting through the rooms. The most infamous room? The bishop's room, so haunted that some visitors refuse to stay inside for more than a few minutes. Paranormal investigators have described overwhelming sensations of dread and nausea in this room. Some have seen apparitions of monks, cavalier soldiers, and even demonic entities. The Ancient Ram Inn is now open to brave paranormal enthusiasts and thrill seekers. It's not a polished museum or curated ghost tour. It's raw, authentic, and unapologetically terrifying. Do you have what it takes to spend a night here? Number 9. The Tower of London. Next, we visit the heart of the capital, the Tower of London, a symbol of royal power, betrayal, and centuries of bloodshed. The tower isn't just a UNESCO heritage site, it's a hotspot for paranormal activity. Constructed in 1078 by William the Conqueror, the tower has seen torture, executions, and imprisonment. Some of the most famous ghosts in British history are said to haunt these ancient walls. Anne Boleyn, the ill-fated second wife of King Henry VIII, is the most infamous specter. Beheaded in 1536, her ghost is often seen near the site of her execution, clutching her severed head. But she's not alone. The princes in the tower, two young boys who mysteriously vanished in 1483, are said to wander the grounds. Guards have reported hearing children's cries and seeing small, shadowy figures in the dark hours. The White Lady, often seen waving from windows, and the ghost of Lady Jane Grey, the 9 Days Queen, have also been spotted by both tourists and yeoman warders. The tower remains open to the public, and while most come for the history, a few come looking for ghosts, and many of them leave with more than just photos. Number 8. Chillingham Castle, Northumberland. With a name like Chillingham, you'd expect ghost stories. But nothing can prepare you for the real horrors of Chillingham Castle. Built in the 12th century, this medieval fortress is considered one of the most haunted castles in Britain. It has all the ingredients of a horror film: dungeons, torture chambers, ghostly monks, and a long, bloody history. The most notorious spirit here is the Blue Boy. He was discovered in the 1920s when workers found a child's skeleton and scraps of blue fabric behind a wall. Before his remains were discovered, guests had reported a glowing blue light and the sound of agonized wailing echoing through the castle. Other ghostly residents include Lady Mary Berkeley, whose footsteps can still be heard pacing the corridors, waiting for her unfaithful husband to return. The torture chamber is also a sinister highlight, filled with authentic medieval devices used on prisoners over the centuries. Visitors have experienced cold spots, sudden nausea, disembodied whispers, and the unmistakable feeling of being watched. The castle even offers overnight stays for the brave, or the foolish. Fancy spending the night? Number 7. Pendle Hill. Lancashire rolling hills, open skies, and witches. Pendle Hill looks serene, but beneath its beauty lies one of the darkest chapters in English history. In 1612, 10 people were hanged for witchcraft during the infamous Pendle witch trials. These accused witches, mostly women, were condemned under flimsy accusations, tortured, and executed. Their restless spirits, it is said, still haunt Pendle Hill and the surrounding villages to this day. Modern visitors report ghostly figures on the hill, voices whispering in the trees, and an eerie, oppressive silence that descends without warning. Paranormal investigators have recorded screams in the dead of night and captured unexplained shadows darting through the woods. The nearby village of Newchurch has its own haunted spots, including the graveyard of St. Mary's Church, where one of the accused witches is buried. Locals tell tales of a ghostly woman roaming between the tombstones. Pendle Hill remains open to hikers, ghost hunters, and historians alike. Just be warned, once you visit, the hill might never let you go. Number 6. The Skirrid Mountain Inn. Wales. If you're in Wales and feel like enjoying a pint with a side of paranormal activity, head to the Skirrid Mountain Inn near Abergavenny. Claimed to be the oldest pub in Wales, dating back over 900 years, the Skirrid is soaked in blood and legend. During the turbulent times of the Welsh Rebellion, the inn served not only as a public house, but as a courtroom and a place of execution. It's believed that over 180 people were hanged from a beam above the staircase. That very beam is still there. Guests have reported phantom footsteps, the sounds of choking, and even visible rope marks appearing on their necks while sleeping in the old judge's room. One of the most commonly seen spirits is that of a former executioner, still pacing the inn centuries later. Many say the atmosphere shifts dramatically the moment you walk in, as if the building is watching you. You can stay the night here if you can sleep with the sound of invisible nooses creaking in the dark. Number 5. Pluckley Village, Kent. Welcome to Pluckley, the village so haunted it made the Guinness Book of Records. This small Kentish village is reputed to be home to over a dozen ghosts, making it the most haunted village in England. From phantom highwaymen to ghostly monks, Pluckley is a magnet for paranormal activity. One of the most well-known spirits is the Watercress Woman, who died in a fire and is now said to haunt the bridge where she once sat selling produce. There's also the Screaming Man, thought to be a miller who met a gruesome end in a windmill accident. The Red Lady haunts the churchyard of St. Nicholas, searching eternally for her stillborn child, and the ghost of a schoolmaster who hanged himself is seen wandering the grounds of the old schoolhouse. Despite its eerie reputation, Pluckley embraces its paranormal fame and hosts ghost walks and tours. It's a chilling mix of charm and fright, and it's very, very real. Number 4. Edinburgh Vaults, Scotland. Beneath the cobbled streets of Edinburgh lies something dark and forgotten, the Edinburgh Vaults. Hidden under South Bridge, these underground chambers date back to the 18th century and were once home to workshops, pubs, and something far more sinister. After being abandoned, the vaults were taken over by criminals, body snatchers, and perhaps even satanic cults. Today, they're known as one of the most haunted places in all of Scotland. Visitors report extreme temperature drops, sudden feelings of despair, and even physical scratches or bruises. The most feared entity is the Watcher, a tall, shadowy figure who stands silently at the back of dark rooms. There's also Mr. Boots, named after the loud, echoing footsteps he leaves behind. Many have heard him following them in the silence, but when they turn around, no one is there. Tours are available daily, but those who go down sometimes come back, changed. Number 3. Borley Rectory, Essex. Though the building itself was destroyed by fire in 1939, the grounds of Borley Rectory remain one of the UK's most paranormally charged locations. Dubbed the most haunted house in England by famed paranormal investigator Harry Price, The former rectory was home to countless documented phenomena: disembodied voices, ghostly writing on walls, objects moving on their own. Borley was a paranormal goldmine. One of the most famous sightings was that of a nun seen wandering the garden path. Locals believe she was bricked into the cellar walls after a forbidden love affair with a monk. Today, you can still visit the surrounding grounds, and many who do claim the spirits haven't moved on. Shadows linger where no person stands, and the unnerving silence is often broken by whispers on the wind. Borley might be gone in brick and stone, but in spirit, it's as alive as ever. Number 2. Hampton Court Palace. London majestic, sprawling and beautiful. Hampton Court Palace was once the residence of King Henry VIII. But it's not just royalty that roams these halls. Over 500 years of history have soaked into the stone, and today, Hampton Court is regarded as one of London's most haunted places. The most infamous spirit is Catherine Howard, Henry's 5th wife, who was executed for adultery. Guards and tourists have seen her ghost sprinting through the haunted gallery, screaming for mercy as she did on the day of her arrest. There's also the Grey Lady, believed to be a former governess whose spirit lingers near the nursery, and Sibel Penn, a Tudor noblewoman whose apparition appeared after her tomb was disturbed during renovations. Surveillance cameras have even captured unexplained doors slamming shut and cloaked figures appearing in empty rooms. This isn't just a palace, it's a portal to the past. Number 1. The Jamaica Inn, Cornwall. And at number 1, we have the windswept, eerie Jamaica Inn. Set on the desolate Bodmin Moor, this former coaching inn from the 18th century is soaked in mystery and fear. Smugglers once used it as a hub to trade contraband. Dark deeds were done here, and many believe those spirits still linger. Guests have reported phantom footsteps, whispered conversations in empty rooms, and even a spectral coach that arrives in the dead of night, pulled by horses that make no sound. One ghost, known as the Wandering Smuggler, is said to walk into the bar, dripping wet, only to vanish in front of startled guests. Daphne du Maurier was so inspired by its sinister atmosphere that she wrote her novel Jamaica Inn after staying here. Today, it serves as both a functioning inn and a paranormal attraction. But beware, many who visit claim something follows them home.